This is your daily market recap for March 15th, 2022. Let's go. This is Dan Max at EXP Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is my stock, Bitcoin, gold, and silver daily market recaps. Please subscribe if you like what you see. Thank you. This is Dan Max at EXP Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is your daily market recap for March 15th, 2022, Tuesday, the day before the FOMC. Hopefully you did not get too bearish or too bullish. As we talk about the choppiness, the sloppiness, the market is just loving people over leveraging and doing something silly before the market announces. The trap game, as I call it, is strong. You had traps down. I'm still bearish on the whole like short term because I don't know what the Feds are going to say, in the sense that they've got to talk down inflation. How that affects the market, how that affects commodities, how that affects a lot of things in the short term would seem to me to be bearish, but that doesn't necessarily mean that isn't being priced in right now. So that's where knowing your levels, and I posted some trades that I thought were good buys in good areas, GLD, VALE, CCJ. I mean, all of them were good buys today. They worked out. But I always preface that like they're probably better scalps than they are investments, because I would not be surprised to see a retest at some point. But on that note, tomorrow's the big day. Be safe, have cash. I always tell you, like, always invested all in all the time doesn't allow you opportunities that pop up every once in a while that just make no sense, in the sense that the market's acting irrational, dumping something, buying something, and it's a total gift, as I call it. Gift from the gods, gift from the trading gods. Bitcoin, not much to say here. 45,000, 35,000, worst case 30,000. We've talked about this a million times. It's in a holding pattern. Just buy low, sell high, trade it, hold on to it if you need to, but no, have a plan. It just doesn't really have any gusto. I mean, when you break a downtrend, you would hope you have more rally. It's hitting the VAP zone here at the 45,000 and failing, but it's holding this little VAP zone in the 30s, upper 30s. I don't see, again, the volume just kind of nothing. And so without like you want to see when you see an up move after a trap, say a bear trap, they take a stock down or Bitcoin down, you want to see it rally. Not rallying just says could go sideways. And it's one of those things where this is the struggle, is that people don't realize like there's time corrections and there's price corrections. Well, you get here's the price correction. Now it's just time. And price meaning, like, hey, it went from 68,000 or whatever with the high. What was the actual high? I forget. 69,000, and then you price correct. And now we're time correcting. And time correction is the hardest thing for traders to understand, because they see the trend break and they just expect it to go. Now, I would love to expect every stock that I trade to take off, but it just doesn't. And so let's get into the markets. You'll see what I mean. It's not rocket science. Hey, Mr. Max. TLT. Wide and loose day. You had a higher high and a lower low. But look at the volume. That does not tell me anything. It says come back for future information. Because again, look at that volume. It's not committing. You're not seeing the price action. Again, you check out the monthly. We're sitting at the 100 month. Could it come into this trend line down at 123? That's always possible. But keep in mind, the market's priced in rate hikes. Like, interest rates have already up 75 basis points. We talked about this. Let me see if I got it on the CNBC. Yeah. Interest rates as of, say, the December lows, when everybody was, happy-go-lucky, but then they talked about raising rates, we're at 1.34, 1.35. Do the math. I mean, it's 75 basis points, 3 rate hikes, 3/4 point, approximately, give or take. It seems to be priced in. So that's where you have to be worried that if they don't, maybe this is about to rally, market's going to react accordingly. I don't know if it's bullish or bearish yet, because if they don't raise rates quickly, then people anticipate weakness. And if they raise too quickly, is it because they anticipate strength? Like, you can run these scenarios 1,000 times in your head, but just trade it. Have a plan. Like, I don't want to commit to anything, because committing mentally means I expect a certain outcome, and it makes it harder to accept defeat when you're wrong. I like to be very flexible. Dollar, we talked about this range up here. Once it broke the channel, held 100-day. It's holding pattern. Check out the monthly. Looks like you get into the 27 range. I mean, we're into the blue box. It's not out of the realm. Keep it simple. VIX, we talked about this. Needs to hold the 20-day. We'll imagine that it closes at the 20-day. It's higher high, lower low. Again, these days are low volume nightmares for traders who don't get it. That sometimes you just don't do anything. SPY, we talked about the low end of range. You can be buying it. I didn't buy anything other than a few stocks today, and I just dabbled. I mean, just a tad, little taste here, little taste there, nothing crazy. But keep in mind, the 20-day, I mean, let me remove this box because it clutters up. I mean, you really need to see what I would consider, I know it's a wide channel, but that's kind of what you need to see break. And when I say kind of need to see, I hate drawing on the fly sometimes, you just need to see it play out. And I apologize that is not what I want. But at this point, you can see like the market needs to break this little, however you want to call it, channel. It needs to get through here. And until it can, it's not really bullish. So it's just consolidation. There we go. Now that looks cleaner. Here's that funnel. Let me clean. That's the upper channel. It needs to break 20-day in this downtrend. I mean, it's penning, if that's a word. I don't think it is. I've always thought in my mind that the retest on the monthly was going to play out at some point, 406. That's what I'm looking for. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Ultimately, the market's going to do what it wants. You just have to try to do what the market's doing. I can't confirm bullishness until it breaks this trend. It just is what it is, because what's happened is it made lower lows and then it gone sideways. It's not bullish. It's not bearish right now because it's not making new lows. And so it's just shaking out weak hands. It's chopping people out. SPY, same thing. Needs to get over the 20-day and this channel here. Let me thicken this guy up. Just needs to break that, and until it does, it's not bullish. But this is the biggest thing that I'm worried that friends and traders are gonna ignore is, look, we're below the 20-month. There could be monster traps. Like this could rally up on the Feds and get collapse, and all on news. And this is what I tell people: like, if you're trading off of news, good luck, man. That is hard. You know, have a plan. Buy low, beware of chasing, because even if it does break out, I mean, you need news to confirm like more bullishness. Like, in bullishness meaning like the market is given a nugget of something that was not priced in that the market can get excited about. Say like they're gonna slow down their bond buying process, like ending. They're gonna continue to support the market. They're gonna only do a quarter point hike. You know, something that gives the market and something to anticipate of higher prices. IWM, same thing. Just, you know, it's been a dead trade. I like this though on the monthly. Like, it's sitting at some channels. Let's just keep it simple. Gold put out an alert today. Check it out. Just because, again, I don't want people to say that I hate being the armchair quarterback or the guy who has 20/20 vision after something happens. Talked about gold. You know, I just said anywhere I thought in the 178 range, I thought was a deal. It's a dip. You have a gift. Well, guess what happened? It was a doji. The high of the day was the 20-day. And it was. But it doesn't necessarily mean, and again, this is why you don't go that big, you know, you don't go all in. You take a dab, because I don't know if it'll retest. I don't know if this is a trap, actually, because you can confirm it by getting back over the 20-day. But look at the volume. It wasn't shit. And so the day before the FOMC, keep in mind, this went from 193 down to 178. You know, that 178 buy is looking good. I mean, you're up for the day. If you were wrong, the market would have told you by going lower. It didn't. At this point, just dabble. I mean, if this 175 tests, I'm going to go pretty freaking aggressive, actually, because that's the 20. It's going to be the 50-day, and it's going to be a gap fill after a 20-point drop in gold, which is GLD, which is $200 an ounce. I will be aggressively buying that if it happens. Today's buy, no, it's a small, like, little scalp, you know, hey, let's just see if this works trade. I can't get hurt. I'm not going to get rich either. That's how I look at it. Silver, and again, we'll talk about why we thought gold would rise, because I was looking at the miners today. They were acting really well. Silver, same kind of thing. Got to the 20-day, just hanging out. be aware it broke the downtrend on the monthly. Not really the ideal candle, but the month isn't over. But it's retesting the breakouts. I always tell people, don't chase. Don't freaking chase, man. You get retested breakouts a lot of the time. So just be aware. You got to know your levels. Let's get into the GDX, because this was on my radar earlier today, because it hit the 20-day. I apologize, I don't have the my little buy zone circle. And the 0.382, man, it's really hard to see there. Just trust me. We pulled back from 40 down to 35. I thought that was a good buy. The 20-day, nice bounce. That's a nice, and again, the volume shit, so it's really hard to trust. But watch the 20-day. I mean, set your alert for 36, and if it gets below 36, you start looking at it. You start watching it. You don't have to trade and stare at this shit all the time. I love alerts, because you set up. It's like you're setting your map. You know, you're setting your course, and when the alert goes off, it lets you know. Same thing with the GDXJ. Pulled back, alert went off, took a look at it. I didn't do anything. I picked my poison on certain other names, but again, I liked it. If you pulled the trigger on it, I'm not going to sit here and go, well, that was stupid. No, like, that was brilliant. That's a great pullback. You didn't chase. Same thing with AEM, got up to 63. If it gets to 56, you should probably be buying aggressively. I'll just leave it at that. Consult your financial advisor for advice. Do not rely on anything I say as fact or reliable. You know, what are those stupid disclaimers they always see? No, this is on you. You do everything. Like, I'm trying to teach you how to be excellent on your own. You don't need a financial advisor. I guarantee they know way less than you might know, potentially. Actually, they just manage money and throw dartboards, you know, put ticker names on a dartboard and spin it. Same thing with the AG here. You know, this was an amazing bounce today. I mean, I didn't pull in the trigger because I didn't hit the trend line. So, hey, kudos to the market maker. You got real close. I didn't pull the trigger, but look at that. It's almost a 10% swing from bottom to top. I mean, yeah, it is. This is a great trading stock. Long term, I like it. I mean, that's why we own it. Keep it simple. PAAS. Nice 20-day bounce. I mean, look at the miners today. I know the problem that I don't trust is the volume. They're a little bit of anomalies because when you have big candles, you want to see bigger volume. But it doesn't necessarily mean it can't go higher. Let's get into the materials names and some of the things that we put alerts on. X, not doing an alert on this, but it's holding up really high and tight. Like, that's good. Nothing really to say. I mean, the pullback is not deep enough to get me excited. You know, I hope that makes sense. But I do know where I would get excited. If you've known me long enough and watched the channel, you know how this drawing goes. It goes boop right there. Get under 29, alarm on, check it out, go from there. VALE, I did pull the trigger on VALE today. I just said, hey, it's below the channel. It's at the 200-day. It was under 17. I'm sitting here just going, that's odd. It went from 21 to 17. Do the math. It's a nice pullback. This is a straight line move. Remember we were saying last week, or I guess 2 weeks ago, like, just be careful. Like, I don't like the straight line moves. Please go back to the videos from the beginning of March. And I was like, not a big fan of this. I like this nice smooth setup. I actually ended up buying some of the stock and buying some September calls on this. 16, 15s, I can't remember. Whatever, it was in the money. Look at this day. I mean, I like to see dojis with decent volume. I know the volume isn't amazing, but it's definitely the best volume in months. And it's a doji. Indecision with volume, red alert. At the 200-day moving average in the 50% fib. Again, it did not stay under 17 very long, but it also didn't rally back strong, which we'll see. Maybe it retests. Maybe it's a gift. You set that alarm for 17 tomorrow, you keep an eye on it. CCJ, we talked about back testing the trend line, 0.32. I mean, if you're watching these videos and you're this far, again, slap a like, drop a comment, realize, like, I'm giving you entries, levels, and hopefully you're noticing that. Again, I don't win 100% of the time, but my probabilities are strong. I'm not I'm not flipping coins. It's like 80-90%. That's a good buy. If you bought it under, I guess, man, 24 low, I mean, nice close, 24.79. I mean, or sorry, 25. The biggest thing you always worry about when you buy something is that it goes lower. Like, you want to know that when you're buying, it's a good price. And guess how you know if it's a good price? The market tells you such by going higher or not going lower. That's all you need to think about. Mosaic, I talked about this. I said, hey, if you can get in the mid 50s, keep an eye on it. Like, I am praying it hits the 20-day because I think it bounced right back, closed at the highs, which it's bullish. But maybe I don't know. You just don't know. But if it pulls back, set your alarm. CF, the same thing. I mean, these things were down and rallied right back. It was down at 88, closed at 94. It's a 6-point swing, not a bad dip. Again, it's hard to buy without a reference, so I'm not going to pat myself on the back like I knew anything. It's just I don't know. AMD, we talked about this yesterday, low end of range. I'm not buying it, but what did we say? It is the low end of the range. I would not be surprised if it popped. Nice pop. Again, if you're trading tech, have a brain and don't be committed to anything permanently. It did hit the 20-month, which that's crucial. But is this a big consolidation pattern to go higher? Oof. I don't know. It's tradable. That's all I really can say. Apple 150 area. 2-day range, pop back over 200-day. Again, tech has been lagging. Can it rally back? We'll see. I mean, the volume, there's not much to really say. It's okay. It's okay, man. I guess. I don't know. Not bad. MicroStrategy, again, channel low, pop. I mean, hopefully all these trades are lining up and they make sense. Roblox, I've said there's value here. I want to see a monster indecision day with volume. That would really get me excited about the bottom. See if we can find one. No. Or a chop out. I mean, this typically has multiple bottoms. Keep it simple. Don't overthink it. Have a plan. Yep. Tesla talked about low end of range. It's probably a buy, maybe. I don't know. I'm leaving it alone. It's out of my monthly channel. I don't like it. But doesn't mean it can't go higher. I mean, again, just because I don't like something doesn't mean that it's bad trade. I mean, you do you. Ask me for questions. Ask me questions, but I might not like it. And again, sometimes I'm wrong. I ask the people on the message board. I'm not sitting here trying to preach like I have a magic crystal ball that I know always. No, I'm just trading probabilities, and probabilities means you lose at times. You're not perfect. Head and shoulders bottom potentially on PENN. We talked about this. March Madness might be rising. UTHR, if you were watching this stock, you like the action because you're now making higher highs off the lows. Like, that's a big wide candle with volume. That's a big wide candle with volume. It's like duplicate lows, and now you're making higher highs. I said in the recent videos, I think that is bullish. It's starting to play out. Get over the 20-day. You will see magic potentially on that thing because it can move. The EXPI, we talked about the action. Like, hey, said in the message board, like it's acting like the Feds aren't raising rates that much because now you're just retesting lows. Ay caramba, retesting lows, and we're holding like 22 area. I know it shook some people out, and we're talking about that Eric hit his stops, but you could have bought right back in if you needed. I mean, I don't know. Let's end it as we always do on oil names, and I really wish they would have gotten slammed more today. It's at the 20-day. 113 is the breakout. If it tests there, set an alarm. ExxonMobil, I really want to see this in the low 70s, this little zone here. It's been on fire. It hit the 50-day and held. I think notice how like the pennant plays out. I am not bearish on these things, but when we saw this action, I was like, after a big long run up, you don't want to see huge volume at the highs and bearish action because that's selling. All right, keep an eye on oil. I was saying $90 a barrel I think is a good price for oil. If you have questions, please stop by the Discord room. I'm always around. And please subscribe, share with your friends. There's a lot of information here, and if you feel like you're alone in this, you need help, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And like that, poof, the video's over. Thanks for watching. For more trading knowledge and insight, click on the videos on the right, and also join the Discord room. Link is in the description below. If you have any questions, please stop on by the Discord room and let's chat. Thank you.